Hey guys, Brock Shinin here, and I want to talk briefly about business pivots you can be making right now. I know a lot of businesses are struggling, a lot of self-employed people, a lot of small business owners are really struggling. So I want to talk about 3 points. Just get in and get out. So, what is your business currently structured for? You know, when you think about during the war, how there were many manufacturers that just lost the ability to sell. They weren't manufacturing for in their traditional business, so they switched to manufacturing support for the wartime effort. And we've seen that in history happen. So, what can you be doing? I want to give you a couple of examples. There is a company that made like baby hats and baby things that switched to making masks because the demand went down for the baby items, and obviously there was a need for masks, and there is a need for masks. So they switched their business model kind of overnight and started making masks and had just a crazy amount of orders even within the first hour of making that announcement. So making sure that your business is restructuring for the current need. Restaurants, obviously people aren't going and sitting down in the restaurant, so they're starting to sell groceries. Many restaurants in the areas are doing that, and that's another thing. T-shirt makers who have traditionally just tried to sell apparel of their style are still, they're trying to play up on the COVID-19 reality. So I've seen, like, instead of Panic at the Disco, I've seen Panic at the Costco and things like that. So there's opportunity to use what your business is already structured for and just switch gears into what is high demand, which leads into the second thing. Use your strengths as a business to meet a need that's either overextended or it's not being met at all. So overextended in terms of like masks is a great example. We can't turn out enough masks to meet the demand. So if your business can pivot into meeting a need that's currently overextended, you're more likely to continue on. Same thing with a need that's not being met. So look for those needs. People, as an example, I read an article yesterday about AMC, basically the theater chain. No one's going to the theater right now. But simultaneously, everybody's watching content at home and movies are being streamed online. So there's a business pivot that could be made for like a theater chain, for example, where you can't show up, but you can still find ways to get content. So think about how you can meet a need in business where the need is overextended or not being met. And then the final point I want to make is looking at reducing your expenses in order to maintain momentum on the business as opposed to eliminating expenses. Because right now, one of the things that happens when we're in turmoil and chaos is we want to reduce that or eliminate that. And a lot of times we'll lay everybody off, we'll basically cut power to the business. But sometimes what we need to do is preserve momentum by minimizing the expenses. So think about, can we keep on fewer people, or maybe we keep everybody on, but we get everybody to agree to lowering their wages during a certain period of time. I'm not suggesting that's the answer, but I am suggesting that there are ways to reduce your expenses, keeping momentum without eliminating expenses. So think about those three things as you try to navigate the small business challenges we're all facing right now. And I hope you success in this time right now.